Good morning, Crypto Valley. Today is another $10 reinvest day. So, briefly, I wanted to show people how easy it is, again, to reinvest your daily interest profits that go into your lending wallet back into the platform to increase your principal balance so that you get more daily interest paid to you. It's not very difficult. It's rather easy. Um, I finally hit. There was some poor payment days or trading days throughout the week, especially around here in the middle of this current week, where the payout wasn't as great as the average has been. But as you can see, it's starting to go on an upward trend and give us that 1%. So that's just the way it is. It's not any different than Wall Street. There's good days and there's bad days. There's days that pay out very little and there's other days that pay out a lot. So that being said, to get to this portion of the volatility software is not very difficult. Also, just hit lend Bitconnect and then click on the link for volatility software interest, and that brings you to this page where it gives you the past performance along with the pending future performance for the next day. So this hopefully, if it sticks, it should be the payment for tomorrow, which would be at 1.27% with no bonuses for me because I haven't hit a tier that gets a bonus, and that's not a big thing. It's just one of those things that it'll build up over time. I've had a lot of questions about, well, I don't know how to do it, and I know I've made another video, but those folks probably never saw that video, or they don't know how to Google or YouTube the question. So I'm making a new video for a new $10 reinvest period, and it's just as easy as clicking reinvest. Click on reinvest. I'm just going to hit all, and that'll give me my $10 right here. It's going to leave me a leftover balance in my lending wallet of 7 cents. When you've completed that, hit reinvest. It'll ask you to confirm, and it'll tell you that you're going to reinvest a total amount of $10 for a period of 299 days with 0 transaction fee. Hit confirm. Once it's confirmed, hit close. Refresh your page. You might not even have to, but I like to do it anyhow. And it will show up here in the last reinvest. So today on the October 26th at 1:24, and I did say good morning. So for some of you, depending on where you are, it is morning. But it shows up here. So right now, as of yet, my total investment is $150, and I've earned total daily interest payouts right now $50 off of the $100 that I initially started off with. So the platform, again, what it is you're loaning money, you're lending your money to the Bitconnect trade bot. The trade bot goes out there and trades against the US dollar and other currencies like Bitcoin and so forth, and it pays you a daily interest with which to do that. Now there are tiers. There are separate tiers. I am at the lowest tier that does not have an additional bonus. So anywhere from $100 to $1,000 even, there is no bonus if that's what you decide to loan. So I get paid whatever the software volatility interest pays out for that day, and that's it. Now, once you hit $1,010 all the way up to $5,000, you hit that first tier. That first tier gives you an additional 0.10%. So, how does that work? Pretty easy. If on this day right here, me not having that bonus, I got paid 0.04% interest on that day and this day. But had I had the 0.1% bonus interest, then this value would have been 0.14, and so you make out with a little bit of extra over everybody else that doesn't have that bonus. Now from $5,010 to $10,000, you hit the next tier, which gives you a 0.2% bonus, And from $10,010 all the way up to $100,000, that brings you to the strongest tier, which gives you 8.25% bonus on top of the daily interest payout. So that's how that works. And the platform is built to operate off of compounding interest. Compounding interest, if you don't know what it is, you're not using it, you're not making it. Compounding interest is exactly that. You're getting paid interest, you're throwing that interest back into the principal so that you'll get paid more interest from your daily payouts. Really simple concept. One of the funniest things somebody had told me was, well, yeah, my 401k works that way too. It works on compounding interest. And to a point, yes, you're right, it does. But that interest only gets paid once a year. It does go to the principal, which increases your balance, and the next year you make more money because you have a bigger balance in your account. But the biggest and the most dramatic difference between that type of compounding interest and this type of compounding interest is that this pays you on a daily basis. I've been telling people forever, find a way to make your money work for you. Start a business, do whatever you can do, work for yourself, work from home, do whatever you can to make your money work for you, because people are getting tired of working for other bad people. You know, I am, you are, a whole bunch of my friends are, but a lot of my friends, by the same token, aren't taking advantage of this opportunity to make your money work for you. It's not very difficult. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it is more of a long-term solution. And the reason I say that is because, you know, for somebody like me that only started out with $100, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while before I get to a point where I can start to actually pull the daily interest out and live for myself. As you can see here, my daily interest payments here, 160 days into it, $2.79, and that's at a conservative 0.9% pay rate, which is, you know, about average. But yeah, it's going to take a while before I can get to regular and consistent $10 reinvest days. But once I'm there, you know, then the numbers start to get better and better and better and better. So I've already passed 1 year. I'm working my way down here to the end of the second year off of $100. And as you can see here at towards the end of the second year, I've already started making, I would have started making $1,000 reinvests, which is what you want to do, because then the numbers start to get real good. So off of my $100 with 0 referrals and with no bonuses all the way up until, you know, these periods here where I am starting to receive a bonus, and it is not reflected in this spreadsheet, but I should have a balance of about $25,000 in my account with a daily interest payout more or less of about $250 or so. And what that would equate to is if I decided to stop right here and say, you know what, I'm just going to leave my principal in here and I'm just going to use the daily interest to pay myself and pay bills and live off of, or whatever the case may be, and I decided never to reinvest again, but I left this in here because remember, you have to have money in there to make money. If I decided to do that, then in essence I'd be paying myself about $92,000 a year just saying I'm going to keep this money. And for a lot of people, that's spectacular because they make $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a year, and 90 is a lot better even after taxes, and so you're still walking away with quite a bit. But that's a 2-year plan off of $100. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to keep going. I really want to put myself on a 3-year plan, because what the 3-year plan is going to do is going to change everything, because then the numbers start to get a lot bigger, especially your principal balance and so forth. So I'm going to go up to the end of year 365, and you can start to see how much of a difference a platform like this can make. My principal, or my total investment into Bitconnect at that point in time, is going to be about $600,000 or so. And so on any given day, once you're hitting these tiers right here, you're getting the extra 0.25, which again is not reflected here. But on the average, you would be making about $6,000-7,000 a day. Now, paying yourself out, I mean, I honestly don't know a lot of people that really need to live off of $7,000 a day. When I used to make 10,000 or so a month, that was more than enough to live comfortably. But hey, to each their own. But I mean, you can see here that if you really wanted to, you could just take 1 or 2 days out and live off of that, and then the rest of it, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy Dash, buy Valerium, buy whatever it is you want to buy, and you can just be comfortable, be as comfortable as you want to be. And that's the beauty of the program like this. And is it difficult? No, it's not difficult. Can some portions of this be a pain? Yes, it can, especially if you're not very computer literate, if you will. I've got a very good friend of mine. He's barely gotten started. He already created his account. I again, you can do this with 0 referrals, but they were kind enough to use me as a sponsor. He hasn't put any money into it yet because he ran into a snag, and the snag wasn't even really with Bitconnect. Bitconnect was easy to set up. He was able to get in there. He got his Google 2FA set up, which is a two-factor authentication, which gives you a little code that you use as a security measure to log in. And the problem that he had was that his account with Coinbase. Now, I have an account with Coinbase. It gave me the same grief for verification. And for some reason, I couldn't use my laptop's camera like I am right now to record this video. And it just, for some reason, it wouldn't verify me. It'd take my picture and then my ID and all that stuff, and it would not work for me. So the way around it was to scan it and your driver's license with this is GDAX. I know I pointed to Coinbase. The way to get around that is to scan it and you save it as a JPEG and use that instead of using their software to do it. Just upload the JPEG image of your driver's license to them. Then you can use the camera portion for the secondary verification of your face, and everything should work out just fine. Now, he let me know this morning that he finally got past the verification part of it because he did what I said to do. That worked for me, and it might not work for everybody, but it did work for me. It did work for him, so that was his problem. Now the only thing that's left for him to do is to go in and buy Bitcoin so that he can send it to his wallet. So the hardest part about the whole process is getting your hands on the Bitcoin. If you already have Bitcoin, you're already leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else because you've already jumped into the crypto revolution, if you will, and have begun to understand how it operates. But in order to get started on Bitconnect, you need Bitcoin. To get your Bitcoin into your Bitconnect wallet or into your Bitconnect account, all you have to do is click on Receive Bitcoin, and it is going to give you a Bitcoin address that pertains to your account on Bitconnect. And it's as simple as that. Go over to your Bitcoin wallet or to your currency exchange like Coinbase or GDAX, and then send the Bitcoin amount that you're going to send to this deposit account for your Bitconnect account on Bitconnect. It's as easy as clicking that, and it gives you your address. Copy and paste. Copy and paste the whole thing into where you're sending it from, and it'll send it to here. Now, the blockchain works on verifications. So it has to go through different end users to verify the transaction before you actually get the Bitcoin in here, and that can take a little bit of time. Now, a long time, it shouldn't take a long time unless you brain farted and typed in the wrong receive address, in which case you're kind of screwed. You're SOL. So always verify that the address you copied is the same as the address that you pasted in the account you're sending from. Make sure they're the same. Make sure they look the same. The numbers and letters are the same. Once you're verified, then you just got to wait out the verification process, and it'll show up. It'll show up here in your Bitcoin wallet. And then once it's here, then you can exchange it for Bitconnect wallet. And once it's in your Bitconnect wallet, which is not hard to do, well, let me show you the process. The exchange is pretty easy. If you're gonna buy, Bitconnect Coin with your Bitcoin, then this is what you're gonna do, and then hit buy Bitconnect Coin. And what it's gonna do is gonna use the latest factors here, or values, to purchase that Bitconnect coin. And once you have that, then it will show up in your Bitconnect wallet. Once it's there, then the first process you have to do to lend on Bitconnect is you're not going to reinvest because you haven't invested initially. So what you're going to do is you're going to click lend Bitconnect, and based on the amount that you're going to loan is what you're going to type in, and it'll tell you to. If I wanted to do 1,500, then it's going to automatically highlight the tier that you're going to be on. So that's how that works. Once you've done that, then it'll say pay from the Bitconnect wallet. Click it, confirm it, and then you'll have initiated your first principal loan to the Bitconnect trade bot. Now, well, hey, look at that. I got actually 24 cents in here now. If transactions for your reinvestments are going to show up here on the dashboard, but if you needed to see transactions for anything, for when you bought and sold Bitconnect or Bitcoin or whatever the case may be, it'll show up here. Here's your Bitconnect in the transaction tab right here. Bitconnect wallet. Here's the transactions that have been made for buying and selling Bitconnect coin. Now, if you wanted to, I have transferred Bitcoin out of this wallet. It shows 0, and this is in the very beginning where I was. I don't remember if they had started staking yet or if I hadn't come into line with Bitconnect coin staking. But what I ended up doing is what little Bitconnect coin I had left, which is this amount right here at the time, I sold it for Bitcoin, and then I transferred that. I sent the Bitcoin out of the Bitconnect platform, and I sent it to a separate address. And here's the transaction ID, and I sent it to this address, and I didn't have any problems receiving that whatsoever. So that's how the transaction history works. It's not very difficult. It's actually pretty easy to use as long as you know where you're going. And then once you get used to it, it's cakewalk. It's really cakewalk. So in my lending wallet, this is all the different amounts that I've been accruing, as I've been going along. And again, right now at this time with 0 referral help, because I know I showed 3 folks there, but they haven't committed any money into the platform yet, so I'm not benefiting in any way, shape, or form at this time. So there's not going to be any history here for Bitcoin Cash because I haven't messed with any Bitcoin Cash at this time. And it's a wonderful thing. Now, one of the things that they asked me about, some of the folks have asked me about, is the volatility itself. They say, I don't want to lose any money. Well, truth be told, nobody wants to lose any money, but without risk, there's no reward. There's no reward without sacrifice, and it's not any different than the money you put on Wall Street or into a brick and mortar, initial public offering for, X business or Y business. There's no guarantee that they're going to stick around and not shut shop and run off, but the beauty of this is I think it's sticking around. And there's a lot of different reasons for why I think it's sticking around. One, it has its own coin. It has its own blockchain. There's no reason there isn't really a way to shut down the blockchain that I can think of, separate from shutting down the internet. So given that they have their own coin and blockchain, plus what's today, the 26th, in a couple more days, they're going to release the new smart card. They're going to launch the new smart card for the Bitconnect platform. Now, I'm dying to get the details out of the conference to be able to make a new video for how the smart card is going to make Bitconnect utilitous for day-to-day transactions. That means Starbucks, Whataburger, I'm from Texas, Whataburger, McDonald's, Denny's, Kohl's, Walmart, Sears. It doesn't matter where you want to go. Day-to-day utility. Now, I don't know if it's going to be tied to the lending wallet or to the Bitconnect wallet, or it could be tied to the Bitcoin wallet on the Bitconnect platform too. It could be tied to all three or all four, given that there's Bitcoin Cash now. I don't know. So all I know is it's supposed to be making it easy for day-to-day utility, and in essence, what that means is it's going to make it easy for you to spend your crypto. So stay tuned for a video that's all about that. That's not really what this video was about today. It was just another, I've got 41 cents now. It just keeps going up. That's the purpose of this video, was just to show you how easy it is to reinvest. Just remember, when you create your Bitconnect account, do all of the extra security measures that you possibly can to further strengthen the account security. One of the biggest things is enabling the Google two-factor authentication, and that's going to ask you to download an app on your phone with a Google authenticator app. And what that does is, after you've logged in and verified you're not a robot, it's going to ask you for a code. Well, all you got to do is just open that app on your phone once it's synced to your Bitconnect account, and it will display a code that you type in. Now, that code changes every 10 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, or so. So, that's just an additional security feature. So, is it easy? Yes. Can it be a little bit burdensome if you're not used to computers? Yes. But are there plenty of tutorials and guides out there to help you get through it? Yes. And by all means, if you have any questions, send me an email, shoot me a post on the Crypto Valley Facebook page. Post something on the YouTube video, post a comment on the YouTube video, and I'll do my best to answer the question. This platform is really, once you get used to it, very easy to use. Now, one thing I wanted to discuss before I jumped off is the current volatility of Bitcoin and Bitconnect Coin. Now, we did see a high, and I did post it on the Facebook page, of 6,000 and some change, some good change, for the value of Bitcoin. And what ended up happening was, it hit that peak, and then it started to drop down. People were selling, and it dropped down to, what was the lowest I saw it? I think it was like 5,700 and something dollars or so. But now it's on the way back up. And historically, Bitcoin has operated this way, where it hits a peak and then it drops down some before it makes its way back up to that peak, which in this case is going to be 6,000 or so, and then remains there stably. And so what I've been noticing is that Bitconnect Coin has been operating under that same historic method, or it's just been historically working out that same way for Bitconnect Coin. So it hits a peak, then it drops down, and then it works its way back up to that peak, and then that's the new base. It remains there as a constant, consistently, and then it starts working its way up to a new peak. Just when I logged in a little bit earlier, I think it was like $219 a Bitconnect Coin, and it's fluctuating right now. But it's when it first broke $200, it didn't stay up there very long before it dropped back down, and now consistently it's well into the $200 range, and it's staying there. Now, is it going to go up and down? Of course it's going to go up and down. It's just going to continue to do that. But the growth is relatively consistent. It's just going to keep going up and up and up, and drop down some, and then it's going to go up some more and break that peak again and keep going. So there's so much more to crypto and what it can do for you, what it can do for your family, what it can do for your dreams and your aspirations. And the reason that I push Bitconnect and I try to teach people about Bitconnect is that it is the means to an end, or it can be the means to an end. The ability to do more for yourself with this platform than your thrift savings plan if you're a veteran, or your TWA, or your 401k is astronomical. The numbers are exponential in comparison to. Bitconnect platform puts every single one of those platforms to shame. And this is why I've been trying to tell people that crypto is going to make more new multimillionaires than any other platform that you have ever seen before. That we're gearing up for more and more and more and more mass adoption. Mass adoption is what it takes. So the more people get into it, the more valuable crypto is going to become. The more valuable it becomes, the more people jump in and want to ride that train to financial freedom. To be able to buy whatever you want, to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. No vacation time accrual, none of that. Just work for yourself. And crypto can do that and it's going to do that, and it's already done that for many, many people. Now, that number is relatively low right now compared to the way it's going to get here in the future, and that's because cryptocurrency kind of is still at its infancy. So as it starts to mature a little bit more and develop into adolescence or so, then it's going to just skyrocket, and there are going to be some very filthy rich people out there. And I don't mean by some, and I do only because they took the time to invest energy into researching crypto and what it's about and what it does, and then took the effort to sign up for platforms like this, or took some money out and invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, whatever the case may be, and then watched it just grow. And the growth doing it this way is exponential compared to letting it sit in an account with somebody that makes money off of your money and then only pays you 1% a year. So again, this is a $10 reinvest day. And it's, man, I love this platform. And the people that I talk to, they love the idea. They're already sold on it, but they haven't got off their horse yet. A few people have. There was a new sign up for the referral from down in the Rio Grande Valley. I don't know who it is, but they signed up, but they haven't committed yet. And it could be because of the whole, how do I get Bitcoin? Because you can't buy Bitcoin right off of this exchange. If they added that feature, Bitconnect would blow up. You know what I mean? The sky is the limit. If you could just buy Bitcoin direct from Bitconnect, it would take off, because then it becomes easy. It becomes easy to sign up and then load your account information, buy your Bitcoin, transfer it, and then start the lending process. It becomes ridiculously easy. But that's not the case. And the way it's set up right now is you have to either already have Bitcoin or sign up for Coinbase, which automatically signs you up for GDAX. The biggest difference between Coinbase and GDAX is if you have a card linked to Coinbase, you can instant pay, but there are fees. And with GDAX, I'm still waiting for a deposit to come in for something that I need to purchase. But for GDAX, if you place a limit order, there are no fees. So it takes longer, but there's no fees, and those fees can add up to a lot. And for a lot of people, they have added up to a lot. So that being said, if you have any questions about how to get, Bitcoin purchased, it can be a little bit troublesome, but it's not difficult if you just take your time. And that's how you do it. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I'm going to make another video here in a day or so just specific to that smart card. And then, as a matter of fact, on the drawing board right now, there's another one about ICOs, initial coin offerings. So stay tuned. There's a lot of information yet to come. And by all means, if you're on my Facebook page, subscribe to my Facebook channel. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay tuned for the latest and greatest about Bitconnect, Bitcoin, and there's a new one coming out that I want to talk about, but it ain't just out yet. So as it comes, I'll start pushing them out. But in the meantime, you all have a great day and stay tuned. See you later.